I like it how a cave even looks like Matoya's, you know? So weird. Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift, our next course of action is now clear. Okay. What level are them gloves? 74. Ah, hell yeah, we can use those. Nice. Nice. We have a 74 chest piece. 73. 74. Okay. Alright. Well, hopefully we'll get some drops from Katana Ravel, huh? Let me begin by explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkan Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Ixmaya? Indeed we do. For etched onto this tablet is a method by which one might prove themselves an ally of the Ronkan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkan text and translations into a more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I'm confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Sitia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of Dark Worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. We're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. It won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Oh, good morning, Silence. Then let us reconvene outside, to the west of Slitherbow, where the path diverges. Oh, no worries, mate. You're missing my daily lore chunks on Twitter. Yes, I'm going to get back to those. I just have a lot of work at the moment because while I'm doing this playthrough, I'm also writing a Shadowbringers summary of the entire MSQ up to date for Gamerscape, which is a lot of work. And I'm doing my best to get it finished before patch drops next week. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. We must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victim of sin and usher them unto the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. lost his own bill. I wish it were that simple. No, I'm really happy with it though. Oh, for anyone on Behemoth, the AREC Soupe in the Rak'tika is right there. Is that 1724? I don't know, Makoto. I don't know. I think it's what we're doing in Ronka in the 5.2 MSQ for sure. But we'll find out next week, huh? Oh, the blessed dark. Thank goodness you're unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You're an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then? My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary. Usual gatherings of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. Then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. If they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? Could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Put them loose on the nests, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. Two will suffice, I should think. Okay. They are super not flamingos. Just saying. Like, they're really not. Oh, cool, Rubbernix. Interesting. Alright. Well, not here, they're not. Particularly not if you're attacking them. Where are we? There we are. Cyanide bees? Oh my god, can you imagine that? That would be terrifying. Where are we? Well. Be given worker bee. The guard returns a slither bow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thanker and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? I love it how our attack plan is literally just to throw a sack full of bees through their window. That's so good. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let's hurry before the bees begin to stir. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spiders' nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. There's Fruit of the Protector. Again, I'm really interested to see how that and the Great Serpent factors into the Atari quests. It's gonna be really cool. Hey! Get out of here. Go get! Up there is the airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? Oh, definitely, Paul, definitely. That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees! By the abyss, they're everywhere! Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders! Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it's quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy your Stoller some time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. I'm pretty sure she can handle herself, hey. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you both are ready... Okay. Up this way, aren't we? Yes. Yeah, the Pixie quest line was interesting, but I think I'm definitely more excited for the Katana one. and whatever Ronkin lore dumps we're gonna get. I hate that I have to hesitate every time I say that word now. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Bye. Ah, yes. This bit. We're getting close to the real shit, fam. Well, I have to hesitate, because now I know that it's Norwegian slang for, feeding the ducks. The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Hi, Yumi. Yeah, you know, feeding the ducks, handing out free literature. Oh, the term I'm associated with is spelled with a U, not an O. Is that so? Is that true? Apparently it depends on the dialect. Tal insists that it's spelled with an O. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell that they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. Well, not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all that we can. Examine the murals, take note of what they might depict. Okay, we can do that. She's not blind, she just sees different. She just sees in, like, ethereal infrared. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. The mural appears to be very old. The ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. I mean, this is all, like, kind of obvious, right? I don't know how much depth we need to go in here. Other than, you know, it's telling that the Ronkin king or emperor is surrounded by a sunburst there. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Depiction of the Ronkers gathering for a barbecue, that's probably it.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
Hell yeah, dude.
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
Curious that she can't see Ardbert, huh? But then again, our souls are identical and he is just piggybacking on us at the moment. I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Ethys, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Fictions of heroes. In the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the floods. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Alright, can we use those? No. Let us hurry to slay the bow. The others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of importance, you will be the first to know. We'll see why our characters can still see him next week. Oh fuck, I still haven't attuned. Idiot! Because that's Elidibus in his body. Like, for sure. I mean, we'll see next week, but I think that's pretty... I mean, maybe it's too obvious. Maybe that's what they want us to think. Mm-hmm. But that's definitely my guess. Alright, attune. We're doing it. Because it's always Elidibus. And because we need a narrative vehicle to finally kill that son of a bitch.
Ethys, the guard told me you had left with Master Matoya to Woven Oath. And no sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will soon be ready. Yeah, alright then.
Yeah, only one that we've seen, but as far as Emmett Selk tells us, it's something that both he and La Habrea do all the time.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Oh.
The blessing may spare him the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. He is not as he was in the Source. Though I
Sorry
have no
about that.
proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that he has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help!
Oh, saved by the bell.
Come for us. We're under attack!
Saved by the bloody bell. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness, they have slain sin-eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy. And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making, or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord Forthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains, and I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated! The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception! What? How did he... Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
Bothry's Paradise wasn't 100 years in the making. They converted from fighting the Sin Eaters to debauchery pretty much immediately after he took rule. They just flicked the switch. They were like, nah.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands. By Lord Vorthry's decree, Rak'tika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
That's an interesting question, Yumi. But, like, knowing that he is what he is, he can turn people in the same way that the other wardens can. Right? It's just that the consumption of meal slowly corrupts people's bodily to the point where they're kind of like passively compliant.
Is that so?
Yeah, there
And
is.
the children of the
Rak'tika.
Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness.
Okay, Kyoko.
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Rak'tika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Ranjit. I don't think he's a poor character. Like, I think he's scary. Like, I think he's effective they just didn't have, like, I guess enough time. You know, like, the 5.0 MSQ is already so bloody dense that to give Ranjit much more density to his character would just, like, fuck with the pacing. But I think he's really interesting. The god hath been afflicted with the most terrible and efficacious poison. They've attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. How fareth the young god? The poison spread throughout his system long before he was brought here. At the present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain.
Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached him sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is a nigh impossible task.
What of the rest of the Blessed? How have they taken the news of Yulmor's generous proposition?
With anger and dismay, cannot hope to oppose both them and the children. I considered a convocation of all the Knights Blessed that we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Matoya, I am truly sorry. We will not, cannot abandon our faith. But there is no reason for you to suffer for our decision. Your work is not yet done, and you still have time to flee.
Flee? I'm not wont to run from my troubles. In fact, with Ethys' arrival, I'm minded to take the offensive. The Yulmorans present here plainly stems from a desire to protect the Light Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. Were darkness to fall over Rak'tika, they would have no cause to remain. All of which is rather easier said than done, unless of course you have finally deciphered the tablet. I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we can prepare everything we need to enter Ixmaya. What say you all? We'll need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. We cannot deny our fate, but one course lieth before us. Well, we are villains, are we not? Right, Yumi. Good. I leave the Blessed in your capable hands, Runar.
Very well. I see there is no changing your mind. By all that is dark, I swear to keep the Blessed safe.
According to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. You have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not? Then this should prove a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Tusimekta. While you see to that, Midfilia and I will remain here to help shore up Slitherbar's defenses.
Your aid would be greatly appreciated.
Make Thancred do it! Well, yeah, okay, Thancred reckons he can hold his breath for 10 minutes, but we can hold ours indefinitely. So, we got this. Yeah, I don't know, Pingu, I don't know. I really hope they don't do the same thing with Ranjit that they did to the Xenos, you know? I hope they don't recycle that trope. I need to be up there, don't I? Yeah, alright. Alright, Zunbil, alright. Comrade, that's terrible. I think so. I think so, Ophiuchus. There you are, ready for a swim. The seal we seek should be stored in a chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle locking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of Ronkan culture. The Ronka sought to live in harmony with nature and considered certain animals to be sacred. Foremost in that pantheon was the snake, portrayed as the protector of the woods. Can we see the fruit? No. Okay, never mind. An arbiter of life and death, lowered with 4 others, each equal in rank: the Koel, Calibri, Opo, and Wolf. Characterized as bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, and harmony, respectively. To open the chamber containing the seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on monuments wrought in their image, and that this must be done in a specific sequence. My interpretation is correct. The order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which follow. Give praise unto the snake, I'd strength through our lands prosper. Be as the Oppo rival thy kin. As all parts seek betterment, so too does the whole. Be as the wolf, move as one. Peace comes to all who seek harmony with their kin. The tablet says naught of the placement, size, or appearance of the monuments, alas. Hopefully all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely. So that was Snake, Oppo, and what was the last one? Wolf. Okay. What's my... Oh, I can't dive here, I guess. I need to be a little bit further in. What's my dive command? There it is. Well, I think we may learn more about him, regardless of whether or not he comes back. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay, it's definitely this one first. Oh, we don't even need to pay attention. It gives us markers for all of them. It was not the Koel. The Oppo. And then the wolf down here. Yes. And that gives us the seal. The most sacred of Ronkan animals, the seal. No? Just me? Alright, okay then. Hey! Pick it up! Get it! Alright. Alright. You love the Ronkan stuff? Yeah, me too, Pingu. I'm really like, I'm so keen for the Qatari quests. I just really hope we get to learn more. Did you find it? This medallion. It bears the owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt this is the seal of Rak'tika. Well done, Ethys. We can begin our preparations to enter Ixmaya in earnest. Ooh. Ooh, weapon upgradey. Yes, please. We'll take that. Oh, these ones are pretty cool too. Hello, Arthos, how you doing? Oh wow, protagonist, that's crazy. Bearing this seal, it should be possible to enter Ixmaya unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Slitherbound and inform the others. When you have recovered your exertions, meet with us in the cavern leading east out of the village. Okay. Let's go. Oh, your first exam tomorrow? Oh, good luck, mate. Hang in there, you'll be alright. Good, you're here. Runar opened the gate for us but moments ago. Beyond lies Ixmaya and presumably the Light Warden. Not take long for the Wood's protectors to find me when last I came here. I expect them to fall upon us just as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, that is no reason for us to let down our guard. Now let us seek out the Warden and put an end to its reign over these woods. Hell yeah. Oh, we're coming into my favorite chapter here. I'm so pumped. And I love this zone so much. I should try and grab that as well while we're here. I hope so, Ryu. I hope so. That or maybe Amarat.
It would seem we have found them.
You trespass upon sacred ground! Begone!
Not giving us much of a chance there, huh?
Wait! We did not come to!
Oof. I mean, our Stoll is just Bruce Lee now.
Oh.
Shit, it's not how you do that. That's not how Astro works, bro.
Stop, we mean you no harm.
Sister, is that?
We are allies of the Empire of Rak'tika. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
It appears to be genuine. Then perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge your seal, but we must be certain of its authenticity. Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Try not to stray from the path. All right?
I mean, yeah, we found it in a lake.
Would it kill them to escort us?
But, you know, we had to solve a puzzle that required
some
some
opportunity to investigate Ixmaya. Fine.
cursory knowledge of their culture first. Well, if you started showed it first, then we wouldn't have gotten that cool action sequence. She's just trying to keep things interesting, alright? Alright, here on Funnel. Finally. Oh, I can't wait to spend more time here as well. I love this place.
But have the seal, that we might confirm its authenticity.
Straight to the point, I see. Very well.
There is no mistaking the crest of the royal family. It is of proper size, and by its weight it is plain it was made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years, we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka.
I'm just going to screenshot that because I have struggled to remember a couple of times how long it has been since Ronka fell.
I'm Almet, chieftainess of Fanov. Who we met, her younger sister. Seamet, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come.
I beg your pardon?
These are troubled times for my people, though I can but imagine what has compelled you to venture into our woods. You must be tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you'd like, I will show you about the village, though I must warn you it is a long way down to the forest floor, so do watch your step.
Do they have another sister called Wellmet? Oh, that's a missed opportunity. Koji, come on. They look very good for old people. Yeah, most of them are like 300 years old.
This way, what is your name? Ethys. And this is a common name nowadays. Our times change.
I mean, not exactly.
But I digress. Come and be sure to watch your step.
No, I wouldn't exactly say it's a common name. I hope not. I mean, I know there's a few copycats on various servers, but I shouldn't hope it's too common. All the bones of the male Vis we chucked down there.
As bearers of the seal, you have a right to know what became of the Empire, and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the palace guard which served under the last emperor, and to this day we carry on the duty of our forebears, the final decree of his eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Damn it, Koji. And look to the coming of our allies.
Upon the third day, at the dawn, at the first light of dawn, look to the east. Like,
Okay. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. By his command we have remained in the Rak'tika Greatwood, guardians of Ronka's ruins, and the wisdom held within.
I hope thou wilt not think the question impertinent, but did thy people's famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust his mission unto thee and thine?
That was one reason, yes. We Vis would easily live to see 3 of your elven lifetimes. We were also the fiercest fighters. There are none more fit than us to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. But our duty has grown ever more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the light claimed dominion over the land. But now, Fanov is all that remains. Our numbers dwindle year by year. Before long, there will be no one left to honor the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are the allies for whom you have waited. You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, that alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I'd begun to think you would never come. Sister. We are glad of your presence here in the Greatwood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask.
Hell yeah. You missing something with the dialogue? How do you mean?
You come in search of the Light Warden. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. We met, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not these past 30 summers. 30? That would mean... How old are you exactly?
Wow! Wow, Reen, wow.
Young enough to remember.
Yeah, so the numbers are dwindling. The males are not extinct. You do not see any of the males, but one of them features in one of the side quests here. There's a female that's rescued by one of the males from hiding. No, the Vis and the Viera have very, very low birth rates at the best of times. And any conditions that sort of interrupt or change that in some way will obviously lead to a decline in their numbers, right? So since the flood, things have become, more dangerous. And given they haven't, increased their birth rate, it's, a foregone conclusion that it's going to decline, right? Yeah, it's a bit ironic, isn't it? With age comes knowledge. There may yet be one among us who has seen or heard of the abominations you seek. Yeah, the males only come to the village like once a decade, and they only do so to mate and to collect the young males that have been born to take them off into the forest. And the males, they basically have a period where they're like apprenticed to an older male. And then after several years, they go out on their own and they live in solitude from one another. We have leave to speak with the other V's then. But of course. Then we should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I would hear it while there is yet time to act. All I have to do is go to any city-state. There's plenty of thirsty adventurers for them. Yeah, but they're not horny either. Like, it's not just the males only turn up every 10 years. It's that they don't have the libido. Like, they're not standing around here, like, waiting for 10 years, like, punching walls and stuff. It was not my intention to pry, but your voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the Light Warden. I patrol the ruins perimeter regularly, and if it were hiding nearby, I would know about it. But, yeah, it is kind of funny that they're like the opposite of actual bunnies. And you know what? I hadn't actually thought of that until you just pointed it out. Oh, come on. I'm right above it. I could jump down there. Yeah, Paul, yeah. I guess so. An outsider? But how? By the gods, allies of the Empire! My sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was the Warden you wished to know about, yes. My mother, may she rest in peace, told me once of its appearance in these woods. Before settling here in Fanov, she lived in a village near Rak'tika Falls, until it was destroyed by the Sin Eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of the abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger, for one thing, but what struck her was its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that what she had seen was the Light Warden. Rak'tika Falls, you say? Yeah, well, when they live for, like, being 300 for a Vase or a Viera is like being, it's like you're getting on. You're not like super old, but like you're getting there, you know? It would be like someone being in their 60s, I think. What race were the Ronkan people? We don't know. I would imagine that were probably a mix. Probably a variety. The Light Warden? No, I have not seen it. But I have witnessed the horrors of the Lesser Eaters, how they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims rather than consuming them in the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing, waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal. Yeah, me too, Makoto. Yeah, so when you live that long, like every 10 years, it's not that strange. You search for the Light Warden. Cannot say I have ever laid eyes on it. I think Loimet here is one of the older ones. I think she's like a head priestess or something. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe. Is everyone killed by a Sin Eater made a Sin Eater? No. No. It's only the like more powerful ones. So Light Wardens and ones like the one that got Tesleen, the bigger ones basically, that are powerful enough to corrupt other people. I mean, the Light is like constantly corrupting everyone. It's radiating into everyone, and basically, eventually, everyone's gonna end up turning into a Sin Eater. But it's only the more powerful Sin Eaters that can make that transformation sort of happen immediately. Yeah, powerful enough to be dungeon bosses. Yeah, there you go. I pray the others were able to provide what I could not. Yeah, the others want to feed on people. Presumably for the same reason, well, a similar reason that Void said to, right? To kind of keep their ether like more in balance. Because the thing is, like, if Light Wardens were completely aspected to Umbral, they would not be able to move. They would just freeze. They would be statues, right? So the theory is that the reason they're not just hanging out in the empty, the reason why they're in Novrat and trying to hunt people, is because they need to keep their ether just balanced, like far enough away from Umbral that they can still like move and survive. So for the same reason why Voids need to keep feeding to keep replenishing their ether, because, you know, the flood of darkness and all that, I'm pretty sure it's the same for the Sin Eaters, where they just need like that little bit of astral just to like keep them alive, keep them from freezing.